Good morning, people. So I just put two videos together contrasting all this Charlie Kirk shenanigans, and this is why we will never know the truth of what happened. So I'm letting it go, man. I have spent too much brain power on this stuff. It's like Kennedy and everything else, man. We will never ever know what really happened. One thing we do know is that Tyler Robinson didn't do it. He didn't do it. That dude is he's a pawn in a big game that's way over his head, and he's not the guy. So yeah. So anyhow, I got two videos I've got put together here. You guys watch, and this is just fodder upon fodder, just more stuff to throw the whole thing off. And that's how these things get muddied. All right, stay tuned.
Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's Israeli security detail killed Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk's assassin is caught on tape. Blake Bednar has brought us this video. We'll break it down. Take a look at this. Here it is from the wide angle. Watch Charlie Kirk's right side of his t-shirt. Watch the lavalier lapel mic. Do you see it explode? Let's bring it in just a little bit closer. Watch this. Put it in a freeze frame. That is the explosion from Charlie Kirk's lavalier lapel mic. Want to see it again? Bring it in closer. Remember when we told you that that was absolutely an exit wound? Yeah, it is. Check the trajectory of the round that was deployed from that lavalier lapel mic. That went directly from Charlie Kirk's lapel. That went directly from underneath Charlie Kirk's white t-shirt up through his neck and created the exit wound that we told you was an exit wound immediately when we saw that exit wound. First we had exploding pagers. Now we have exploding mics. Do you remember the vector analysis from John Bray? That proves that all of the activity came from the mic that Charlie Kirk was wearing. Remember the palm gun guy in the brown shirt, that shadowy looking guy with the sunglasses? Yeah, he pushes the detonator. Clear as day.
Counting gang violence. Great.
That's the assassin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have acquired proof that the FBI's official story is false, whether knowingly or unknowingly. We're going to have an entire monologue and talk about a lot of these things after I show you this, but if you take nothing else away from this video, you need to see this.
And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
So you're not counting gang violence. Great.
So this video was created by a friend of mine who is a Marine. You'll see him here at the end. This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here, which unfortunately we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry and exit wound. So you'll see him circle the highlighted area right there, and you'll see the exit wound corresponding after, a split second after, as it would from an entry and exit wound. So in this footage, you can clearly see that Charlie is shot from his back right, and there is blood splatter coming out of the entry wound immediately after a shot. The first arc is kind of down, as if it's just gushing out from the entry wound. And then the second shot corresponds with when his head kind of snaps forward. That fluid then flips up in relation to that motion, so you can see there's that second splatter flipping up into the air.
All right, so I just added a couple more videos just to contrast, so you can see the whole recipe of the mix of wonder and whatever, man. So basically, all this to say, believe nothing what you hear and half of what you see. Words to live by. All right.
You can see when Tyler was running across the roof, on the gray gravel part he has a shadow, yet when he goes to the white part he has no shadow. If you also look, you can see a blue hue line around that white shadow, and what this looks like is a three-dimensional space breaking behind the blue screen. Just like in action movies, they use 3D blue screens in order to make it look more realistic. You can also see a pedestrian in the background phase out of what we see in the scene. To me, what this looks like is that they overlaid footage of someone jumping off of a roof using a blue screen and forgot to change the different layers. Between the shadow, the blue hue, and the missing person, this video is altered and edited. I'm going to show the channel that I actually found this with. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this.
Is the actual shooter. Consistent with the eyewitness report, the shooter runs across the roof, and we have this footage of him doing that and then jumping down. He's holding something in his hand, and it would align that this is a smaller gun than the one that belonged to Robinson. He is wearing dark clothes. He has the backpack on, so laying down in the prone position on the roof could certainly make it look like. Now here is that eyewitness video that he's referring to.
Right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying.
Huh.
He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying.